Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Know Your Daughter to Item series. In our previous episode, we were covering items from artifacts. In this episode, we will continue to do so, and we will be starting with phylactery. In our previous episode, we covered Kaya and Yasha, and before that, we covered Dragonlance and Sanj. In this episode, we'll start with phylactery. If we can cover it up quick time, maybe we could, let's do this just today. Phylactery, let's get to it, is an item purchasable at base shop under artifacts. We'll be looking at additional information, ability, recommended heroes, recent changes, but first, card 2. It costs 2400 gold, which includes 200 of recipe cost, and its sell value is 1200 gold. Passive ability is Empower Spell. Bonuses are +7 strength, +7 agility, +7 intelligence, +200 health, +200 mana. Wow, look at that. It's not shareable. You cannot disassemble it, does not give an usage alert. This item requires diadem and point booster and recipe. Then it becomes phylactery, and then in turn it gets used for Khanda. Now, moving on to additional information. Items attributes grants following additional bonuses: 154 health and 0.67 health regeneration, 84 mana and 0.35 mana regeneration, and 0.7% flat base magic resistance, 7 attack speed and 1.17 main armor, 7 main attack damage to all strength, agility, intel heroes, whereas 14.7 main attack damage to universal heroes. So it's more than double for universal heroes. So ability, Empower Spell, passive ability, affects self, magical type damage. Next single target spell you cast on enemy deals a separate 150 bonus damage to target and slows them 50% for 1.5 seconds. Cooldown is 6 seconds. Spell damage bonus is 150. Movement speed slow by 50%. Duration is for 1.5 seconds. Wow. Dude, look at that. This is cool, eh? So all target unit abilities cast on an enemy will trigger Impulse Spell, except following: Iron Shell, Death Pact, Devour, Holy Persuasion. Toss will only proc Empower Spell if target is not the unit being tossed. Okay. Not triggered by items. Okay. Does not trigger from blocked abilities. We saw that. If target is already invulnerable when receiving target spell, Empower Spell will not proc. Okay. Even though invulnerability. Even though invulnerable. What is happening? Even though invulnerability, invulnerability, even though invulnerability is dispelled by spell, Empower Spell will still not proc. Okay. However, if target turns to invulnerable by receiving target spell, Empower Spell will proc. However, if target turns to invulnerable by receiving target spell, then Empower Spell will proc, of course. Okay. Order of damage and debuff application depends on target health and when receiving target spell. Okay, what? The order of damage and debuff application depends on target health when receiving target spell. Okay, if target health is more than 150, damage and debuff will apply before the triggering spell connects with its target. For example, Outworld Destroyer cast Astral Imprisonment on target with over 150 health. Empower spell will first apply damage, then debuff, and then an Astral Imprisonment. Okay. Oh. If target health is less than or equal to 150, damage debuff will apply after triggering spell connects with its target. Okay. For example, Outworld Destroyer cast Astral Imprisonment on target that with less than 150 health. The target will first be affected by Astral Imprisonment, then applied by damage and debuff. Also, the damage will be negated by the invulnerable of Astral Imprisonment, but it wouldn't matter, I suppose, because it's 150, less than 150 health. Shares cooldown with the Empower spell, of course. Recommended heroes list: ganking heroes with low cooldown unit targeted abilities often benefit from Phylactery for a noticeable early boost to damage output, of course. So, Bounty Hunter, Grimstroke, Lashrak, Lich, Lion, Nyx, Pugna, Scarlet Mage, Visage, Zeus. Recent changes 7.35b. Charge of Darkness now triggers Empower spell on impact instant cast. Okay. Phylactery in 7.35 version now requires a recipe of 200 to build instead of Sage Mask of 175. Total cost increases from 2375 to 2400 gold. Okay. No longer provides mana regeneration because Sage Mask is no longer there. Now builds into Kanda. In 7.33b version, Phylactery now requires Sage Mask, which again taken out. Is no longer required to make Phylactery from 7.35 version and onwards. So no longer gives a 0.7 mana regeneration bonus. Empower spell, increase spell damage bonus from 125 to 150, which stays true. Increase debuff duration from 1.2 to 1.5, which also stays true. So that's it, fellas. We covered Phylactery. In our next episode, we will be talking about a Diffusal Blade. And it's going to be a good read. I have to see you then. Until then, be good to yourself and everybody around you, both in game and out game. Last but not least, good game, everybody. Good game.